Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from Lincroft Bible Church in New Jersey, and every weekday I read one chapter of the New Testament and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of James, chapter 4. What causes quarrels and what causes fights among you? Is it not this, that your passions are at war within you? You desire and you do not have, so you murder. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. You ask and you do not receive because you ask wrongly to spend it on your own passions. You adulterous people. Do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God? Or do you suppose it is to no purpose that the Scriptures say, He yearns jealously over the Spirit that He has made to dwell in us? But He gives more grace. Therefore it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Submit yourselves to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Be wretched and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will exalt you. Do not speak evil against one another, brothers. The one who speaks against a brother or judges his brother speaks evil against the law and judges the law. But if you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is only one lawgiver and judge, who is able to save and to destroy. But who are you to judge your neighbor? Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. One thought. Horror movies get almost everything wrong about Satan and the demonic. Nowhere in Scripture do we see demons possessing people, and then they vomit black bile, or climb on walls, or their heads spin around. Spiritual warfare also does not consist of holding a magical object like a crucifix or holy water. But what does the Bible actually say? We need to allow the Scriptures to actually inform our thinking about spiritual warfare. And so what does the book of James contribute? Well, there's some pretty interesting things here in verses 7 and 8, and they're quite different in how to engage spiritual warfare than we might think. He says in verse 7, submit yourselves, therefore, to God. So submitting to God is one of the most important things for engaging in spiritual warfare. And to submit to God means placing ourselves under His lordship and to commit to obey Him in all things. So if you want to win the spiritual battle, obey Scripture. Right? That's where God's voice is found. These commands are for our good, and that is where God's will is made known to us. And so when we submit to God, we want to obey the Scriptures. But then it says, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. So if submitting to God means obeying God, then I think resisting the devil means avoiding sin. And it also means resisting the main way the devil gets us to sin, which is temptation. I mean, that's a tactic the devil uses, which is as old as the Garden of Eden, back in Genesis chapter 3. And when we resist temptation, the promise God gives us is that the devil will flee. He does not win. Whatever power Satan may have, Christians can be absolutely certain, as one author says, Christians can be absolutely certain that they have the ability to overcome that power. So let's take our cues about the spiritual realm more from Scripture than from pop culture, submit ourselves to God, resist the devil, and be assured that he will flee from us.